Math isn't difficult. Math is fun. I am Nilakanta Bhanu Prakash and I am the fastest human calculator in the world. And we are exploring infinities. Exploring infinities is here in front of you to give you a mathematics learning experience like never before. With expert trainers from around the country, we are here to make you learn math the right way.
Hi guys, welcome back. So in the previous class, we stopped with the question, verify these zeros and find the coefficient relationship with its zeros. So I hope that you guys have already substituted this. So I'll just verify the zeros and coefficients for you instead of wasting time. So alpha plus beta plus gamma, we already know that it is minus b by a. Alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha is c by a, and alpha beta gamma is minus d by a. So in any examination, first write them down by the side so that it'll be easier for you to solve later. So in these kind of questions also, you can simply write alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to minus b by a, and alpha beta gamma is equal to c by a. Right? So that is for quadratic equation. This is for cubic. Okay, so let me just solve. So let's just do this. So if these three are zeros, which is verified already, and these three are zeros, then alpha plus beta plus gamma will be minus 1 plus 1 plus 3. So that is 3. And minus b by a, as you can see, is, one second, oh sorry, so the question says this is minus 3. I'm sorry for giving you the wrong question. This is supposed to be minus 3. So zeros are verified here. So now minus b by a will be minus 3 by 1. So it's verified. Alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha is minus 1 into minus 3 plus 1 into minus 3 plus minus 1 into 1. So that will be plus 3 minus 3 minus 1. So this is minus 1. So that is c by a. So it's verified. Alpha beta gamma will be minus 1 into 1 into minus 3. So that is 3. So that is also minus d by a. So this is also verified. So this is how you solve questions like this. So I'll just write down the question neatly so that you see it. So we said p of x is x cube plus 3x square minus x minus 3. Okay, and zeros were minus 1, 1, minus 3. If it's convenient for you, it's okay for you to write down the coefficients also, like write down minus b by a, write down c by a, write down minus d by a, so that it's easier for you to compare LHS and RHS. So this is just me explaining things to you, so that's why I've done it like this. But in an examination, it has to be a clear step-by-step process that you have to show. Okay, so now let's move on to the next topic. But before moving on, let's just talk about what all we discussed till now. Okay, so we've discussed about definition of a polynomial, and we discussed about categorization, like to categorize if it is a polynomial or not. We have seen the degree of a polynomial, we have seen the value of a polynomial, and we have studied at length about zeros of a polynomial, right? So now we move on to the last topic, that is geometrical meaning, right? So what is geometrical meaning? So I will divide the page into 3 parts where it's easier for me to explain and for you to understand. Linear, quadratic, cubic. Cool. So px is equal to ax plus b. P of x is ax square plus bx plus c, and here p of x is equal to ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, right? So now let me take an example each and try to explain things to you. Okay, so y is equal to 2x plus 1, right? So this is a linear equation, we already know that. So let's put it in a graph. So in a graph, when you want to put it, let's just say this is 1, this is 1, this is 1, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, right? So when x is equal to 0, y is 1. So when x is 0, y is 1. So this is one point. And when y is 0, x is minus 1 by 2. So this is another point. So we draw the line. Okay. So we know that this is the 0. So when x is minus 1 by 2, y value is 0. So y is essentially our p of x, right? In an equation, you write it as a p of x, but in a graphical form, you write it as y. So this is the 0. So simply put, wherever it intersects the x-axis, that is the 0. And how many ever times it intersects the x-axis, that is the number of zeros. So let's take another example for a quadratic equation. Y is equal to x square plus 2x plus 1. So one thing to remember is this is a parabola, and if a is greater than 0, our parabola will face upwards. If a is less than 0, our parabola will face downwards. Okay, so here a is obviously greater than 0, so our parabola will face upwards. And when x is minus 1, this parabola, the value is 0. So this parabola will be like this. Okay, actually like this. It doesn't intersect the y-axis. So we know that this is the 0. Is that clear? Let's take another. Y is equal to 4x cube plus x. So when you see a graph, you don't need to know how to construct this graph, but it essentially comes like this. You'll learn in your later years how to construct this graph. It's not required now if you decide to continue math, that is. So you can see that this intersects at 3 points. So it means that this equation has 3 zeros. Okay, so this is 1 0, this is another 0, this is another 0. So the number of points in which the graph intersects the x-axis, that is very important. It doesn't matter how many ever times it intersects the y-axis. The number of times this intersects the x-axis, those are the number of zeros that the polynomial has. Okay, so let's just study a little bit more about quadratic. So these are 3 mini graphs. So if a polynomial can be like this, or it can be like this, or it can be like this, right? So this you can write it as y is equal to x minus 1 into x minus 2, or this is y is x minus 1 whole square, or this is y is equal to x minus 1 whole square plus 1. Okay, so this has no zeros because it doesn't intersect the x-axis at all. This intersects the x-axis at 1 point, so 1 0, no zeros. And this intersects the x-axis at 2 points, so 2 zeros. Okay, so that is how you solve. These are just examples so that it's easier for you to understand. So let's just solve a few questions. I'll draw a few graphs. You have to find out how many zeros does that have. So let's just finish it off in this page itself. Okay. So how many zeros does these 3 points have? So now we have to calculate how many times does it intersect the x-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4. So number of zeros will be 4 zeros. Correct? This intersects the x-axis how many times? 1, 2, 3. So the number of zeros will be 3 zeros. This intersects the x-axis at one point. You do not consider this point, I am repeating it again. You do not consider the intersection with the y-axis. You only consider the intersection with the x-axis. So intersects the x-axis at one point. So this has 1, 0. So this is the geometrical meaning of a polynomial essentially. So that is how you solve these questions also. That's all. Now we've finished the chapter of polynomials. We have added geometrical meaning also. If this is a little fast for you, then slow down the video and listen to it again. And if you have any doubts, if you go through the video once, you will understand. Like if you have a doubt while solving the exercises, come back to the videos and watch it, and you will clearly understand that everything is explained. I've taken all examples that could be a little hard for you and tried to solve them for you and try to make them easier for you. So I really hope that you like it, and this really helps your mathematical journey. Thank you so much.
And so we come to an end to today's lecture. Thanks a lot for watching this, and stay tuned for the upcoming ones. Don't forget to follow @FastestHumanCalculator and @exp.infi on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.